Hi, Steve Mills here. Some of you will know that many years ago, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, I used to play table tennis at international level. I played full-time for 10 years and that was really between the age of about 18 and 28, and it was my job, my full-time job. The reason I wanted to mention that is table tennis is a very what's the word I'm looking for? It's a very precise sport, and the difference between winning and losing is almost unimaginably small. Let me just give you an example of one particular shot in table tennis. Let's say I wanted to play a forehand topspin where the ball's coming towards me, and as it comes towards me, I've got to skim the surface of the ball. The ball's already spinning. It could be travelling at up to around about 60-70 miles an hour towards me, and it's spinning. It's very light, and I've got my bat, and I'm not like hitting it flat. I'm not hitting the back of it. Rather, I'm skimming the surface of it. Now, when I'm doing that, my hand is moving as fast as it possibly can, because I want to generate as much speed as I possibly can. And if I'm like that far away from it, whether you can see that, how small that is, I'm going to miss the ball completely. If I'm too close, and instead of it being there, it's like there, it's going to hit the top edge of my bat. The ball that's travelling towards me will like slice. I suppose it's equivalent to a slice in golf, where you don't quite hit it as you should. So I've got to be incredibly accurate with that. And it's always amazed me that, you know, us humans can do things like that. I'm not saying that's, specific to table tennis. I'm sure it's exactly the same in tennis, and the difference between, winning and losing at football and so on is often, a very similar thing. But table tennis, I think, is more precise than most sports. You're aiming, you've got a target there of a table in front of you, but the ball's only just that little bit over the net, and when you're hitting it at speeds up to 70 miles an hour, you've got to be very precise. Now, why am I telling you all this? What's the value to you in it? Well, the value to you is that in table tennis, if you don't get things exactly right, then you're going to miss. If your timing's out, if you've not got your feet in the right position, if you've not got your shoulders turned to get that power from your waist, if you've not holding the bat angle at exactly the right angle, if you've not thought about things like the any wind in the venue or anything like that, you've all these things to consider, and we do that literally in a heartbeat without ever really thinking about it. We don't physically think, oh, I better think about this and get my feet. It's just we've done it so many times that we've got it right. So the case with marketing is very similar, I believe. Most businesses spend far too much time drifting from one marketing idea to another, and then to another, and then to another. And that's a little bit like going and trying to be, to win Wimbledon, trying that for a couple of weeks. If that doesn't work, I'll take up football and go and try and, go and play for a top team at football. And if that doesn't work, I'll switch over and play table tennis and try that. And if that don't work after a few weeks, I'll do something else. And that's how people do their marketing often. And so my message to you, that where I really want to try and provide value to you in this video, is to get you thinking about what's wrong. If the timing of your shot, or in this case your marketing campaign, is not right, that can affect things. If let's just think what could be wrong with it. If you've been doing some marketing, if you've done Google advertising, right? What could be wrong with that? If you're doing video and you're not winning business from doing video marketing, what could be wrong with that? If you're sending out emails and you're not getting the results that you want, what could be wrong with that? And the truth is, there's loads of things. It could be the headline. It could be the words that you're using. It could be, if you've got an ongoing campaign, it could be, the structure of it, like a funnel, So for example, I send somebody, I connect to somebody on LinkedIn. I send them an initial email. I then follow up with an email that's a gift, like I'm going to provide some advice or some help, send them a report, invite them to download a free something, something like that. And then perhaps I'm going to phone them. And then after that, I'm going to try and get a meeting with them and send them an email to do that. So that's like an ongoing system. Now that might be working perfectly and creating loads and loads of business, but it might not. So what's wrong with it? What's wrong with that system? It could be that you're connecting to the wrong people. It could be that you're too slow in following up with them. It could be that the messages are wrong. It could be that when you're getting on the phone, you're not really got a script in mind. I hate the word script because it conjures up a feeling of this is what I'm going to say when I'm going to say it and so on. But certainly things that you're going to cover during the phone call. And so on and so forth. So there is always something wrong. As it says behind you, it's probably not that you're doing the wrong marketing. It's more likely that you're doing the right marketing, but in the wrong way. So you've got to find out what's wrong with it. Now, if you need help with that and you'd like a conversation with me, I've spent 26 years now helping small businesses to improve their sales and marketing. I've worked with thousands of businesses in hundreds of industries, and I've had spectacular results with some, not with all. Some don't actually follow up. They don't do anything. They don't follow through. Sorry, not follow up. They don't follow through. So you give them some advice, you tell them what to do, and they do what? They do nothing. And so it doesn't work. But with many of these businesses, some I've helped to make millions of pounds, others hundreds of thousands, others like startups and people like that, I've helped them to get to 100,000 in 6 months. I've managed to produce some fantastic results, and I'd love you to be the next one. So what I'd like to offer you is a free one-to-one with me. We're going to do it over Zoom. It's going to take about half an hour to 45 minutes. During that meeting, we're going to talk about you and your business. What are you doing? What are you trying? What's working? What's not working? How we can improve it. And I'm going to give you some practical ideas and advice to get more business in already. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about a fantastic new program that I've launched based on my 26 years of learning from the world's leading sales and marketing experts. I've spent over £150,000 of my own money in that time and over 20,000 hours, and I've turned this into a 12-month program. I just want to tell you about it. I won't push you, I won't press you, there'll be no hard sales or anything like that. I'll just tell you about it, and it'll only take me 5-10 minutes at the end of our time together. And if you think it makes sense and you want to go forward, great, and if you don't, that's absolutely fine, and at least you've got some value out of it. So that's it. If you'd like to book that, just go to my website, steve-mills.com, and get yourself signed up. Thanks very much for listening.